What's going on, guys? We are back with another episode of the Scale Labs RC podcast. And tonight we have Milford, Illinois' own JB Craighead. What's up, man?
What's going on?
How are you?
Good. It's good. Glad to be doing this.
Yeah, no, we're happy to have you. And we've had a couple other team Velocity guys on, and I think having you on is just a natural fit and cool. So I know everybody else had nothing but good things to say about you, and except for TK, he said that there's a lot of room to grow. So
I'll drag my nuts across his face. I swear to God.
Awesome. Oh man. So all right, JB, team driver for Go Fast Hobbies, Team Velocity, Team Powers, and Vision Racing.
Yep.
Tell us about that a little bit.
Oh, the Velocity one, that started like 2021, 2020, maybe sooner. I ran GFRP cars before strictly. That's all I ran. Ran foam tire. When we started running rubber tire, that's what we ran. And then everybody was out of stock when it came to buy a new car. And I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do to buy a new car. And Tyler Burmaster had been running a conversion car for a while, and he was doing well. And the one he was running was 571 that was out of stock. And then I ended up just buying a Velocity one. I think Justin Atkinson ran one at the time, and he did okay. So I was like, I'm just going to try it and see what I like about it. And it ended up blowing up into way more than I could ever ask it to.
Right. Yeah. So kind of walk us through that relationship and how that kind of, snowballed into, you're just a guy looking for a car to purchase to kind of the role that you play within Velocity now and the team, and tell us more about that.
Yeah. So I bought the car, built it. I think my first interaction with them was like something about the front end that I just didn't quite get putting it back together. And then ran the car. I think I won the first or second race out with it. It was great. Like it, best I could ask for. And then they were like, hey, we want to give you X deal. I was like, sweet, I'm 20 something years old. Sure. You make my toy car racing cheaper. I'm fine with that. And then it was a Saturday. So I went, told them yes, went to the track, and then Jeremy Riley offered up the same thing to do the T-Rex cars. And then I obviously told him no. I already went with somebody, and that just blew up. Like going racing with Rod and Chris all the time. Kansas, Mississippi, anywhere they want to go. We're all going. We're going. Pack your stuff up. We're leaving.
Nice.
And it's just, they make it fun.
Sure. Yeah. No, absolutely. And so, obviously no secret with, last week's episode with Chris being on and everything. Tell us kind of, did you play a role in the development of the new car that's coming out in any way? And then as a team guy, how do you feel about a new car coming out, and what are you expecting versus, obviously you're going to be a big part of helping others that, the new people that do come over to the platform. Kind of walk us through that. And Chris did touch on like Discord and things like that, which I know you're a big proponent of. So, kind of dive into that a little bit.
Yeah. So anytime they want to do development stuff with the car and me, like usually if it's loose dirt, I'm close to them. So they're going to come up here and we're going to go test and just constant over and over again test. And I'd say I'm one of the ones that is, I'm more likely to, like, if they want to throw something on the car and just whatever, it might suck the entire weekend. I finished dead last at King of the Wings last year with a prototype, and I didn't change from it. Like I could have changed it and put the stuff on, but you would have known if what was on the car was going to work. And like I'd say I'm probably one of the only ones that'll just throw away a whole weekend just to try stuff. And sometimes that's what it takes.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Whenever Chris gets a wily idea, and he'll call and be like, do you think this is a good idea? I'll either tell him yeah, or he's fucking stupid, and that is a dumb idea. Shouldn't do that. And we'll like
and no in between.
work through problems on the phone. It'll be like a 45-minute conversation. And it'll be like, this is the direction. This is what we're doing. And like the last one we did, it was the best thing ever. Like it turned around my ability with the car on loose dirt from King of the Wings last year, finished dead last, to now we were on the same tire and there was confidence in the car. Like throw the car down on height bite, it's lights out. It's phenomenal. You can't do anything to knock it. It's significantly better than the last generation car we had. And loose dirt now it's there. It's where it needs to be. And now it's just get everything out.
Nice. Yeah. And that's kind of the woes of the where everything is right now then, right? Is kind of that you know, the getting the final production things, getting all the T's crossed and I's dotted and things like that, obviously.
Yeah, there's so much that goes into. He doesn't want to put the car out wrong. Like we could have released the car after Austin won Chili Bowl.
So tell us about that transition over to Discord. I know you're big online. You're big kind of high on the tech spectrum, if you will. So tell us about that and where that kind of lies and what you think about it.
So I originally like just brought it up to Chris, like, dude, this would be so much easier to keep track of like things we're sending in the Facebook group chat. It gets lost, like build notes for the prototype car. Like it's prototype. You can't. There's no manual. You're just putting the car together based off of pictures and stuff. And he could post something, and then we'll start making stupid jokes, and it just disappears. We'll just make stupid jokes, and it'll disappear, and you can't see it no more, and it's gone. And then the next day, somebody's, hey, what am I supposed to do? And Chris is like, reply to the picture he posted. I sent it yesterday. Everything will get lost. And it's so much easier to keep track of it in Discord. And then, everything can be segregated so much easier in Discord. Like I spent it's probably 4.5, 5 hours properly setting up the Discord. Like right now it's just team guys. But when that goes and we roll in public people into it, when you join the Discord, it's going to ask you a question. Do you own a Velocity car? Yes or no. If you click yes, it's going to send you to this group and give you this tag name. And then if you say no, it's going to send you into this.
Is Brad's your guys' like home track then? Is that the closest track to you guys?
Between him and Go Fast, yeah, it'd be one of those two.
Yeah. Gotcha. Yeah, that's I think that I'd like to go get I think I'd like to get a foam tire car at some point. Just to go run Go Fast for the wintertime. Like I wish they ran in the summertime too, but
it's so hot, man. They might do it again. I don't know. They used to do the real little 500. I'm not sure if they still do it. It's a slash, 500 laps, 2 or 3 battery changes, same car. You have to swap the battery out, put it in. And I think they start up to 12 cars
on that little track.
Damn. It was a blast.
That would be so badass.
It's so much fun. You just have to stop and you have to change your battery. Doesn't matter. You could run the biggest battery you want. You still have to change it X amount of times. And then you can't gear them like you race them because they're going to blow up. And it was 500 laps. I think it was like the last time that I was there for one, it was 45, 50 minutes. Just nonstop.
That's crazy.
Circles in the dirt.
That's awesome.
It's a blast. And it's a slash. I mean, nothing gets better than something you set it up one time and you never touch it again. Like you just maintain it, refill the oils, clean it.
Right. I hope they do that. I would like to be a part of that. That would be fun.
It's just the most fun ever. I wish more places would do races with battery changes for the lower level classes, slash, street stock. They're just a blast because you don't have to have the best car to win the race. You just got to make it all the way.
Yeah, just hopefully don't blow up.
Have a good pit guy swapping your battery. Don't plug it in backwards. That'll end your race real quick.
Yeah, you got idiot proof. You got to put a Dean's on it or something. That way, there's no issues.
Well, everybody wants the bullets because the bullets is faster.
all about.
Them new Dean's plugs, they grip together really good.
That is fair. That is fair.
Some of them you're like, to hell with it. I'm just gonna unplug the bullets.
Right. Yeah, that's fair. All right. So one thing that one of the hot take questions that I wanted to make sure I asked you specifically, because you are one of the first guys that regularly do both foam and rubber tire. So, hot take from JB: which one's better, foam or rubber tire?
It depends. Like foam tire, I know I'm gonna show up to the track. I know generally how my car's gonna act, and I'm home before 9 o'clock. So I really like foam tire and the etiquette. Don't even get me started on the etiquette. In foam tire racing, we're racing IFMAR. It's 4 minutes, gets clock till you get to the main, then you're racing each other. There's so much more give and take. It's so much nicer. People aren't, I have to pass you so I get a better qualifying spot. I have to. And whether that means I run into you or I just go by. If you race foam tire, they're going to move up a car, just a car. And you're going to sneak by underneath and they're going to fall right behind you. Rubber tire racing, I don't like race points. I don't. I think
Me and you both.
if we change the qualifying, I might like rubber tire more, but I'm big foam tire. I'd rather race foam tire.
Yeah, I am pro. I am about as pro IFMAR as you can be.
And the tires like foam tire all day long.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
one set of tires lasts so long. I can run comfortably 3 club shows on a set of tires, 3 to 5, I'd say, and not really have to change much on the car to keep the tires working. Rubber tire, at least the way that I feel about it, is like I'm gonna go to the track with 3 to 4 sets per car, and if I can't prep, I'm definitely going with 3 to 4 sets per car, just because I'm gonna have them already prepped before I get there, and it just takes so much extra work. You have to work the tire, you have to grind the tire, foam bust the tire, V-cut the foams if you're V-cutting the foams, glue them. Foam tires, I could spend $55, I think, and they're already cut. Run them on a tennis court for 2 minutes, throw them on the track, 2 battery packs, they're money. You're racing. With the foam tire stuff, I carry 2 sets of like these are my big race tires. That's it. And then I have 1 or 2 sets of just cycling through club shows. I'm gonna run them until they chunk or the diameter is so small I gotta start changing my gearing or the car drives so weird with them because they're so much smaller. It's just I feel like it's a lot less. It's more work on the setup. Like the car has to be more perfect. But I'd rather mess with the setup than tires all the time. But I love rubber tire racing.
Do you find on the foam tire stuff? Do you find that the window of or is the window smaller from the aspect of like our, when you hear rubber tire, it seems like every single car, every driver has something a little bit different about their car, where the window is really, really big for things that work and things that'll get a guy around a track, and like what works for you will necessarily not work for me. On the foam tire side of things, is that window significantly smaller?
I think it's the same idea. Like you want it to work for you. Like week in and week out, I go race at Go Fast. I promise you, Riley Corns will always be a tenth faster than me every time. And when we line up for the main, and he'll little shithead sit there and giggle at me, I'm a tenth faster than you, and I'll tell him I can do mine for 4 minutes. And then we see whether or not he's a hero and puts 2 laps on me, or he blows out 2 minutes in and I win. It's just it's the same nature of the beast. Like I could get that 10th, but I couldn't hold on to a car for 4 minutes with that 10th. But I know if I take that back off, I can hold on to it for 4 minutes and it's fine. I think it's you gotta find that balance between where the car's too fast for you to drive, and then you can still run the race and be competitive.
Really not. It's really not a perspective of like the car is like everything is so hooked up. I'm assuming to where like the car's not really ever going to be undrivable. It's going to be
Oh no, you can make them undrivable real quick. Oh, I ran an Enforcer 8 because we don't make a foam tire car yet. I'm still hounding Chris about that. I ran all Custom Works foam tire stuff. When I got the 8, it was the most drivable car I've ever thrown down to run foam tire mods for. It was super easy to drive. And then I, being me, liking to tinker with stuff, had to make my own chassis, towers, everything. I threw it down with the same setup that I ran before. Hot bag of garbage. Just absolutely terrible. Didn't change anything about it, just the chassis itself didn't flex as much. I made the towers 3 mil instead of 2.5, and then I changed the way the shock's laid out. Same spring package, same oil package, ride heights, whole nine. Garbage.
wow. Yeah, so I mean they are it's just like our rubber tire stuff. Everything's on edge to where, you know, you're a couple turns on the shock collar away from being a hero to zero.
They're like people. You look at foam tire and you think like it's gripped up all the time, but if you look at one drive around the track, it's just an ever slide. Like they slide through the corner. They don't grip the corner and go. They slide the corner a bunch. You don't have that like you have a lot of drive, but you get most of your speed from that slide in the corner.
But that's cool. And so what do you think as somebody who has been around for quite some time on it, you know, like what do you think I don't think it's any secret that foam tire is if something doesn't change quickly, it's on its way out.
I look at it the other way.
Awesome. Okay, I like that.
I look at it the other. If you look at all the rubber tire tracks we go race at, 90% of the big races I go to, you finish on a slick in the A main. Very few do you still finish on a tire with tread. And most of them you go to, like once you get out of Illinois, Indiana, and the stupid spec tire stuff, and you get to where there's open tire, a lot of them just run smoothies. Like you end up you start on a slick, finish on a slick. King of Dirt in Kansas City, Missouri at Fastlane, we started on a smoothie too. Some of us still finished on a smoothie too. Other guys, a gold ellipse and dirt webs, grind them to a slick, and that's what they ran. Ellipses and dirt webs ground to a slick.
Just to have the gold compound.
Just to have the gold compound. Like every track is so high bite all the time, and it's like the tire bill is going to catch up to the people that don't have a deal after a while.
So that is
the tire bill is going to catch up to the people running rubber tire eventually. Eventually, you know, it's kind of shitty to say, but everybody in this area has a deal with somebody, whether it be, I mean, I hate to pick on them, but I'm gonna pick on them. If you go to PTs, like 99% of the cars there are GFRP. Good percentage of them probably have a deal. If your spec tires the Quasi and you can buy it for half off, you will always out tire the guy that can't buy it for that much. It just, I have 2 totes of sprinters. If we go somewhere and we're running sprinters, you're never going to out tire me on a sprinter. I'll just pull a new set out and grind it down. I don't care. Right? Like you don't care when you catch not having to pay full price for stuff. You just don't care about burning through it. And that's what's going to ruin all the rubber tire stuff because everything you just don't care. The tire bill's ridiculously high.
so what is your proposition to fix it? What do you think is the answer?
I'm an open tire. I'm I'm big open tire guy. Get rid of the spec tire, open tire, and everybody hates it. But I know that if I go to Fastlane in Kansas City, I'm gonna take green or silver dirt web ellipse. I'm gonna take smoothie twos, and I'm gonna need roughly 2 sets of tires per car. If I go to All Star in near Farmington, Missouri, they've recently went to more high grip, but before that, green ellipses and dirt webs every time. I knew what I was going to take. It was going to be a set of tires per car. That's all I was going to go through is a set of tires per car. Now they went high grip, smoothies, glue them, mount them, send it. They're gonna be fine. I'm gonna take one set of tires per car. I don't need a bunch of tires. And people are scared of open tire because I don't know what I'm gonna need. I need 3 different tread patterns and 5 compounds. I mean, most of the time, like if it's open tire, and there's a lot of good companies that come in now. Like you got Promotion, they're running pretty good out west. The AKA stuff, we get to run it at Brad's. The Array is amazing. It's great bar tire. I haven't ran Proline stuff since I've run off road, and I was in high school. That was a while. But if you go anywhere, you know that you could throw a J-Con tire down and make it work. It's in every loose dirt track, it trends to this hard packed grooved surface before you start rains. They're not loose anymore.
So I mean, especially outdoor stuff.
Yeah, it's not loose anymore, and you could make it loose, and then you're gonna have a 16-hour race day, and the race days are already long. There's already so many people going. Like the tracks just end up hard packed, and on a hard packed, grooved in track, you're just gonna run a bar tire, and it's gonna be great.
So the big thing from what you just said though is everybody's on a deal and all that, right? So I mean, how do we? And it's kind of slowly, it's going to work its way. It's going to work itself where we're all out of the hobby because we all can't afford tires. If those who aren't on a deal.
Yeah,
and
I mean it's going there.
There's far more people in the hobby that aren't on a deal than those who are. I would say when you look at numbers. Would you agree?
Think, but you have so many people that have a 25, 50 deal from somebody. I mean, it's guaranteed customer. Why would somebody not have a guaranteed customer? You're just direct sales. You're selling, instead of to a hobby shop, you're selling right to the person at the same price. So the manufacturers are making relatively the same money. And it's gotten so bad that you almost have to do that to be competitive.
Right. So what is your, again though? So what that is that the solution? Just instead of everybody being on a deal, we just need, like, these big tire companies just need to be 25% cheaper.
Less deals.
Yeah.
Just give out less deals. Like when I started, before any of them, I ran 13.5. That's what I could afford to run realistically all year round was 13.5. I'd run
because you're not lighting tires up so much.
Yeah, you're not. I mean, Brad's, before he switched at BB Mods, you could only run a Bandito. That was the spec tire for sprint cars. For 13.5 sprint was a Bandito. It taught you how to set up the car and drive. It was great. You do one set of tires all year long. It was phenomenal. But I couldn't. I was like fresh out of high school, making like $7, $7.50, $8 an hour. Like I wasn't buying tires to go run mod. I was making big boy money. It wasn't happening. And even now, like when I order tires, like I'm getting 20 sets at a time. Yeah, I mean that's what it comes down to. Like, I mean, there's no good way to fix it. People aren't going to stop putting people on deals. So if you're not on a deal, try. Like they'll give them to tons of people. Like you see the thing in November, December, every big tire company send in your resumes. Dude, put it on ChatGPT and just send it. You never know.
Right.
And your most important one's going to be one that gets you tires. To hell with the car, to hell with the electronics. The one that gets you tires is going to be your most important one.
For sure. Which, I mean, I think we can make a pretty legitimate argument. It really don't matter what car people are on. There's guys that win on Custom Works every day. There's guys who win on GFRP every day. There's guys who win on Velocity every day.
How
It's
many
the
times do you
your
buy a
tire
car a
game,
year?
right?
You buy a car once a year, maybe twice if you're buying it in like January and then again in December. But you buy a car once a year. It just, you buy tires every other weekend. It just makes there's a couple younger people that like, what do I do to get a deal? Like I wanna have deals like you have deals. It's like so just send in a resume. Go run spec, do really good in spec, make yourself like unbeatable, and then just send it in. Like it never hurts to try. Like it's not. You can always what's worse they're gonna say is be like, no, sorry.
And that's where you already were.
Yeah, and then you're in the same boat you were in before. Just send it in.
So one thing that you just touched on, kind of ending the tire conversation there, was ChatGPT when you're putting in a resume. I know you are a very, very big proponent of ChatGPT and actually have spent a lot of time developing kind of your own, call it LLM within the platform of ChatGPT. Tell us about that, and then where can we, tell people where they can go to get access to it.
Yeah, so I spent a good while. I'd say I'd probably like 50 pages of handwritten, like this is my idea on the way things should be adjusted on a car. On top of like things that I trust to pull in and also include them documents. You compile them all in. The bot can only pull from this document, like these set of documents, to give you information. It can't pull from the internet, so you're not going to have some Joe Blow's different ideology. For the most part, it pulls, and it gets stuff wrong sometimes. You can confuse it. It's at the end of the day, it's a computer. Like it's not difficult to confuse it. You could get it off the rails, but you just tell it like, that's not right. You're doing that wrong, and then it'll correct itself, and then continue on corrected in the conversation. But I spent a good time with that, and there's still like, I think I can tell you how many people currently use it. I shared the link on my personal Facebook, and I believe in the Velocity Facebook group.
And then I'll make sure that if you wouldn't mind sending it to me, I know I have it. I've already seen it, but if you'll send it to me again, I'll make sure that it's tagged with your show.
It's over 6K conversations right now. And it's 100% free. Anybody can download the app on their phone, open it, it'll be in the sidebar. And it's obviously people are using it. It's over 6K.
Right.
Like it's constantly getting used. And people will send me stuff sometimes. Regular guys that people that own Velocity cars, that because I kind of mainly did it to kind of curb I don't want to say curb talking to people, but I talk to like 20 people a day that are asking for help. And it just kind of curbs some of that. Like I told them, like, I'm not telling you to not message me, but I'm telling you that this is going to answer right now every single time. And then for the most part, it should answer the way that I'm going to answer the question to you.
And it's going to get you 95 or to 99% of the way there.
Yeah, you're gonna. It's not gonna pull anything like off the wall stuff to try, but it's like bare bones, basic. Like it's gonna get you there.
And then so it is literally like, to the point where I want people to understand, how much work and stuff you put into it as well and how useful the tool it is. Like this is literally, my car is loose off of the corner, and then it'll spit back, hey, do this, 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 and this.
Yeah. So when you first open it, I believe it has a prompt that says like my car's tight, my car's loose, I need more rear grip. Click on one, and it already has a question for you to ask it before you even start, and then it'll. I believe I have it set right now to where it's going to ask you 3 questions and then give you a solution. So like I'm tight. Are you tight? In, center, or off? What's your current spring rates? What's your ride height? Things of that nature.
So it has like guided questions that'll take it
Yeah.
take it pretty.
It wants to add. I didn't want it to be so bare that you ask it a question and then it fits you like 20 things to try. It asks you, I want to say it was three questions. Try to narrow down like where your problem is, what your problem actually is. Try to give you the best answer. And I love, like, there's people that use it. They'll send me a message, be like, dude, I had my first win this weekend, and this is all I use to my car.
That's so cool. That's
And
badass.
it's like, is it going to make you the fastest guy at the racetrack? No. But if you're new or you struggle with understanding some of the, like, roll centers suck. Everybody has their own theory about roll centers and where they should be, what they should be. Just pick, I mean, Cole said it, pick one person, stick with that person. Don't ask a bunch of people.
Right.
So
Yep.
roll centers, any setup theory, everybody's going to be different. And when you're trying to use 6 different people's things to run like one of them, it just doesn't work.
Right. So, and I think that's what's so great about what you've built is that it gives somebody the freedom to be able to get close, and then they have a generalized understanding of, I do this happens, and then they can really fine tune from there and they still can be the quote unquote expert once they get, more or less kind of big brother pushed in the right direction.
Yeah. So it'll, like, back to the bot. If you ask it and then it gives you a change, and then you tell it, hey, that actually made my car do this. I needed to do more of this. What else can I change? And as long as you keep the same chat thread open, it retains all the information that you've put into that chat thread. When you start a new chat thread, it's like starting a new chat thread. It's bare bones. It doesn't know who you are, what you've put into it. It don't care. It's starting over. But I mean, it erases your thread every 30 days. Most of us race more than once in 30 days. So
Right.
the
Right.
odds are you could keep the same chat thread open and it's going to retain all the information that you've put into it. And you can click on it and tell it, I want to print this stuff out. And it'll give you a PDF to print the entire conversation.
Nice. Cool. And then you have a literal physical sheet sitting there in front of you too that you can kind of track and go to, and I like that.
And you can
Cool.
tell it, like, I haven't gotten, I think one person's made it far enough into it to where they've, like, carried the conversation on long enough. And it was like, hey, give me my ride heights for low grip, medium grip, high grip. And he did, like, his chat thread was so big that it was able to give him starting points for ride height, spring rates, shock oil, just based off of the stuff he put in it.
And it learned so much from
And
him.
just him interacting with it. The more you interact with the one chat thread you created, the smarter it gets, and hopefully the smarter it makes you.
Nice. So yeah, it's just constant evolving to where, yeah, that's cool.
And you can tell, like, if you know that it's right, but you want it to be wrong, and you tell it it's wrong, it'll think like you want it to think. Like, if you don't like the idea that it gave you and you want a different idea, you tell it, just, I don't care about that. Don't give me that.
Right. Well, I mean, I think it's good to know too, though. Like you put something in and you do what it told you to do, and you're like, hey, that actually made it worse for me personally. I like that it can steer you're kind of steering into a different direction. I think that's huge.
Yeah, it's an underused tool that I think could help a lot of new people not feel so discouraged if they're not fast right away.
No, I think that's huge, and I'll make sure again that I snag that from you, and then in all of your content we put that in there for sure. But yeah, so obviously you have a son,
Yeah,
Jackson. He has started racing. He races that mod there behind you, and I
oh
know I've
yeah,
got to see him and you and him do it together at Go
indestructible.
Fast. Yep. How ready are you? Obviously, as the years go on, he's gonna race more and more. But how forward are you looking to, like, when he's able to start running 13.5 or start running mod or whatever, where it's like where you and him can actually go out and it's not just little boy having fun, but you guys can actually go and be pretty
Yeah,
serious
it's
together.
not him
How
shitting
pumped
in
are you for
Brad's
that?
yard. It's us having fun.
Right.
I'm ready for it. Tommy,
Right.
Aunt Tommy, he's ready for it. Like, Tommy goes everywhere with me, and he just loves that Jackson's gonna. I mean, we're gonna have another person to go with us. Like Tommy's. The joke is like, I make sure Tommy's stuff is set up. He's not gonna be able to complain that the car is bad as to why he had a bad day. And I make sure that he makes sure that I don't have to clean tires. Aunt Tommy's my tire bitch. And the trade off is he can't complain that I got beat because my motor sucked, or I got beat because the car was slow. He's just make sure Aunt Tommy has the best thing ever. My tires are clean. And Tommy's ready for it. He's ready to. I mean, I'm not gonna say he's ready to quit running 13.5 and stuff, but like I think that'll be the resolution. Is Jackson's gonna start running with Tommy, and they're gonna get to race each other and gonna have a blast doing it. And then eventually, hopefully, he starts to race with me, unless he continues being an a-hole, and then we'll see.
Then you won't wait. Then he's at least gonna have to work on his own stuff.
Yeah, that's one thing. Like, it definitely have to make sure that he works on his own stuff. More dads that go racing with their kids should make them work on their own, for better or worse. Should make them work on their own stuff when they're ready, of course. But like, because too many a time do you see like it's only old people that go racing. Like, there's no kids. Is it because nobody showed them how to work on it? So they found something strange in high school and decided toy cars weren't for me no more. So they just didn't do it no more. Is that different if they work on their own stuff and they can just go race by themselves? They don't have to have their dad or somebody with them to make sure that they're where they need to be usually.
Absolutely. So one of the other questions I have that I thought would be really interesting to get your input on is so through your eyes, what do you think, as someone who has, is a proven winner and somebody who runs good and is competitive, basically everywhere you go, what does it take through your eyes to be a winner in this hobby/sport that we do?
Consistency. You'll win more being a tenth slower than the fastest guy than you will being the fastest guy. Numerous times you'll see the fastest guy blow out through the infield. And that guy that's just Rob Mulvaney is the best at it. I don't think he's ever the fastest guy at the racetrack, but if it comes down to a consistency number, you're never going to beat him. Number one, he'll run the same lap for 4 minutes straight, no problem. And I think that's what it's going to take to. I mean, you're going to have not great days where your consistency's phenomenal, but it's just not fast enough. But I think if you're finishing around here, if you're finishing in a B main, you're doing pretty good.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, and the talent level around, the just the Midwest is so unbelievably strong. I mean, I know that we're not racing with everybody that's good in the country, but like, I feel like we probably cover 50 to 75% of the talent pool is who you're going to have to race with guys on a weekly basis.
I went to Kansas City now for the last 3 years. Started in 2022. When we went in 2022, I TQ'd Mod Sprint, and I think everybody but 2 people raced at BB Mods the weekend before and were from here. We drove 8 hours to race each other again. Like, it just says a lot about the area that, like, when we travel, we still do well. And there's so many of us. It's ridiculous.
And when talking about traveling, I know you're a guy that likes to go way west from time to time. Tell us about some of those West Coast trips.
The California trip was amazing. If I didn't have him, I'd have stayed out there. The weather was great. Auburn RC was phenomenal. Like, it's high bite, so I like that a lot. I like foam tire racing. I like high bite racing. It was great. It was like 73 was the hottest it was. It's phenomenal. It's California. Everything's expensive. I'm sure like houses and stuff are expensive. Hotel it was just like around here. When we went out to eat, the food was I didn't have anything to complain about. Gas, don't talk about the gas. Leave that part out of it.
Gas was extreme.
Gas was bad. Gas was like triple. I didn't
Yeah.
like that part.
Yeah.
But it was a blast. Like I went and ran sprint car and late model. I only originally planned to run mod sprint and mod late. And then Rod's like, I have an extra car. Do you want to run 13.5? I'm like, well, I mean, I'm going that far. I might as well throw another class on there. We're on 13.5. And then I got conned into bringing the cheater stock with me. So I brought the cheater stock with. So I had 4 cars. And then I only ended up running sprint and late model. And then somebody else there ran. I just let somebody run the street stock. But it was I'm going again this year, taking Tommy with me. Like
Nice.
it's a blast. It was.
I know every time you and I talk, you try to con me into getting to go with you.
You have to go. I mean,
Yeah.
it's phenomenal. I tell you this: if you're flying, we're gonna fly Southwest because all the people that I know, Kyle Layton, like all the RC people I know, they're like, you fly Southwest. Just I don't know if it's, I don't know, off-road thing maybe. I'm taking their advice, fly Southwest. I'm not buying the goddamn cheap seat again. I'm too fat for that shit.
And so I'm fat and tall. At least you're short.
I mean, you got you got, and then like I started looking at it, and like I told Tommy, and he's like, "Well, are we gonna drive?" I'm like, "No, are you out of your mind? No, we're not gonna drive. We're gonna fly." It's like, and I'm getting the expensive seat. You tell me what you want, and I'll buy it. I was like, but I'm telling you right now, I'm not getting a cheap seat. So if you're sitting in the back by yourself, you're sitting in the back by yourself. But by the time you add up your check bags, you bought the expensive seat. Like you're like $30 or $40 away from just having the expensive seat, and your check bags are free. And that's 50 pounds in an OGO bag, harder to achieve than you think.
For sure.
Like all my shit fit in one bag, but it weighed too much. So I had to split it into 2 bags. And going there, I was a little nervous when Tommy dropped me off. Like, which one of my bags is going to come up high? I was good. Under by a lot. On the way back, one bag was 49.9 pounds. I puckered. The overage fee was like $120 a bag. I didn't want it.
So when you travel, do you take to get them to fit in the bag and everything? Do you have to take the cars like all the way down to nothing?
Yeah, so I ripped the entire sprint car down to nothing. Like the front end stayed as a piece, and then the rear end, since we used the associated rear end, I zip tied the C&D block together to hold the hinge fins, and then the whole rear end stayed together. So I just threw everything in the bag. Sprint car body's flat, completely take apart the cage, as small as you can get. It's a late model body. You just kind of hope it doesn't get crushed too bad in the bag. They didn't. Like the street stock, I just threw that thing in a bag. Whatever. It's a street stock. It'll be all right.
Right. So what about like batteries and things?
Batteries are on your person, which I was okay at first, and then I got there and I assumed, like, I flew out of Midway, that there wasn't going to be a lot of people on a Thursday going to Sacramento, because I won't do connections. That ain't for me. I'm too fat to run across an airport somewhere. And I got there and it's like, we're going to have to start checking the bags you have that you're going to take on the plane with you. And I was like, I packed all my batteries and everything in my suitcase, and I have all my cars in my backpack. Because like the one thing Kyle told me was, make sure you can when you get there, you can do without your tools and your charger. You can't do without your cars and your radio. Like, you have to have your cars and your radio. So make sure your cars and your radios you carry on. And I like, how am I going to stuff all my batteries in my backpack with my cars? And I'm standing there probably getting goofy looks, trying to take stuff out of my suitcase, which I've used my clothes to pack as padding, and shove it in this backpack to take on the plane with me.
Well, it's not when that thing rolls through the X-ray machine. Can't be a glorious look.
Oh, let's talk about TSA. There's no way that my bags got checked when I went through. Open them up, dig through them, whatever. I expected it to happen. I had a lot of lipos on me. On the way back, I got frisked, and the little machine they had pinpointed my balls as being the problem area. And this poor I'm not a small person. And this poor guy, he's got to feel me up and down. And it's like, I promise you, there's nothing there, man. You don't got to do this.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's like what are you going to do? You go through the line. You're going to get what you get. Try not to say anything stupid. And I have a problem doing that. I'll say stupid shit all the time. It's tough, and then people make it too easy.
There's no way if I tag these two lipos together, it's not like they're going to detonate.
No. Yeah, no, it was crazy. And the wild part was I assumed the airport out there to be crazy busy versus what it was here. It was there was like nobody in the airport there.
Right.
I think
well, see, this is why you and I can't go together, because as soon as I see you start doing that, I'm going to go, hey, JB, how was your car this weekend? I heard it was the bomb.
Yeah.
It's not going to be good.
But it's like, I expected there to be a whole bunch of people there. And when we left, I think I left the hotel at like 4:00 in the morning. My flight, it was at 6. I could have left at 5:30 and been fine. There was nobody in that airport. And even when we'd landed in like, same thing, there was nobody there. It was like a ghost town. Chicago, forget about it. That place it was wild.
Yeah, I can only imagine. And you did Midway, so that Midway wouldn't have been near as bad as O'Hare.
Yeah, everybody was telling me like, dude, you gotta fly. If you're gonna fly it needs to be Indy or Midway. And I'm like, well, I think I'm a little closer to Midway. So I went out of Midway. And when we got up there, Tommy's trying to blame me for this shit. I'm blaming him. He missed the exit to get on the stupid little turnaround like 3 times up top. We're up top, and he's got it's like 8 to 10 lanes of traffic. You're supposed to use the first 2 lanes to like drop your bags off and get out. There's people 8 lanes over getting their bags out of cars and shit, just cutting across. And of
just
course,
playing Frogger.
Yeah, the one that I have to get to is Southwest is the very last terminal where everybody gets dropped off at. And I'm just like, well, dude, just get in the right lane and suffer. Like, well, what are we going to do? So we spent like 35 minutes up there trying to get me out of the car.
So after Tommy clipped 4 people.
Yeah. I'm sure he wanted to take some people out. It was rough. And then here's my dumbass with 2 OGO bags, a suitcase, and a backpack. Full crap to go through the airport. So thankfully, I don't know if it's like this at Indy, but at Midway, when you get off at the curb, if you get off at like where your airline is, you can drop your bag off there, and then all you got your carry-on to get into the airport. That was nice.
Yeah, so Indy, so I'm biased, but I think Indy's the best airport I've ever experienced. Like, so number one, there's none of that crap that you just talked about. Like, even if there's a bunch of flights going on, like there's not like I've never sat in line to drop somebody off it. I mean, it is like pull in, pull out. It's never an issue. And then so as soon as you walk in the door is where all the, where you check your bag and do all that stuff. And then you go through TSA and then you go to the terminal. So it's super easy. But I mean, I think Indy gets like best airport in the country every year.
When the little TSA simple. Lady says, do you want to do the TSA pre-check? Do it. Don't tell them no. Fill the stupid paper out and do it, because waiting in line sucks ass.
Yeah. Kaylee and I have pre-check on everything. We enjoy it. It's pretty easy.
Lesson learned.
Yep, absolutely. All right, dude. Well, we've been going for an hour. I've got 4 questions that I ask every guest. Used to be 3, now it's 4. And then I've got one kind of specialty question at the end that I'm sure all of the Velocity boys are going to love. So it's going to start some drama in the group chat. So we'll ask that one last. But question one is on all of your cars, at least all the cars that I've ever seen you race and been there, you're number one. Why?
Oh, where's it at? It used to be 10 because Grandpa loved Ricky Rudd. We're going to have Ricky Rudd's number on the car is going to be 10. Well, then, like, everybody and their brother started putting 10 on their car. And I was like, well, now I'm just going to chop the 0 off and we're just going to be 1. And then the first race I went to at PT's, Tom was like, you changed your number. And I'm like, oh, no, I forgot Tom was number 1. It's like, I've just stuck with it. Forget it. I'm not changing it anymore. It's just going to be 1. It's simple. The rap guy uses the exact same font. We don't mess with it. It's the same sticker. We're not changing it again.
So just Ricky Rudd Jr. is number 1.
Yeah, we're just cutting the 0 off, slowing it down a little bit.
To getting some weight off the car.
Yeah.
We're good. Less vinyl. Okay. Number 2, one tech tip or piece of knowledge that every racer should know.
Use ChatGPT.
I love it.
It might be the death of everybody, but use it. If you don't have like years or somebody really good next to you that you go with, don't be afraid to use tools that people think stupid, because they're not dumb. They'll get you where you need to go.
At least point it in the right direction for sure. So, yeah, I love it. Heck yeah. What is one RC race that every racer should go to?
I mean, I'm biased because I'm not going to tell you the Chili Bowl or any of it, because I think that week-long shit is for the birds. It's cool. Have at it. But I had just a week of toy cars. Whew. I'm like 3-day race tops. I don't want to be somewhere for a week, and especially not with everybody that I'd have to be with. TK, Chris Baumgartner, for a week straight. No shot. Couldn't handle it. One of the JCon races. One of the JCon races would probably be in any of them. They're all great. I got to go
to a JCon race.
Yeah, I got to go to all of them last year. And they were phenomenal. I mean, I'm biased. I'm going to tell you to go to Kyle Layton's in California because that was a great time. Probably just because you're getting away. You're getting away from, you're going to show up there and you might know 2 or 3 people. Like I showed up and I only knew Kyle, a couple of the other Velocity guys that are from that area that I didn't actually like know them, have like hung out and raced with them before. I'd only done that with Kyle. T Hook and Austin. Like I only knew 3 people there. And you just show up and you're just like some Joe Blow.
Right.
Just having a good old time. When it
takes the pressure off, kind of.
Yeah. You go like, and then I got lucky and one late model out there. It was a great time.
Heck yeah. Awesome. And then give me 3 people who should be the next guest on the podcast.
I'm going to pick foam tire people just because nobody else is going to do it. Nick Rank from Wisconsin. Corn, you got to have corns. Like you can't not have the GOAT Mike Coins. And if you get him, you got to make sure it's Mike Coins on the header. There's a great, it's Mike Coins. It's not Mark Corns, it's Mike Coins. And the last one, if he'd do it, because I love him, Jeremy Riley. He's my RC dad. He's my favorite.
Jeremy's retired now, though, man. I don't know if
he can be retired and still talk shit.
If he comes, I don't know if if we can get him off the golf course long enough to come and hang out.
He could still get on here and talk shit about everybody. He knows who they are.
Yeah,
he's the best.
All right, and then the last question, potentially the biggest question of this entire podcast. Out of all of the Team Velocity guys, who's the best Call of Duty player?
It's not Tyler Key. I mean, it's probably Tyler, but I'll give him a run for his money.
So you're saying you're putting yourself out there?
No, I mean, I'm not saying that it's me. I'm saying it's probably Tyler, but I'm going to give him a run for his money. Once we start hitting the Blackberry Crown and Lemonade and we start getting frisky, He's done for. We're flipping the script.
He can't handle. He can't hang once you get a
He ain't
couple.
top G. Not no more.
I love it.
He's in the back eating corn on the cob the long way. He ain't doing it no more.
Oh, we're gonna have to put this. We're gonna have to put this episode in the special black box archives or something.
Hide it.
We're gonna have to take this one off of the regular roster.
Not a Team Velocity guy, but poor James Nelson deserves love because me and TK ride his ass every Tuesday night so bad.
It's Tuesday night COD nights for the Velocity guys.
Tuesday night's COD night for me and TK, and poor James gets worked over like you wouldn't believe. Because like me and TK will talk shit about who's better, and then we have our best friend James, and TK will just ruin his night. We could go from having a great night to TK says something, and people are leaving chat, and we're done. We're not playing no more. Give them 30 minutes. Everybody will come back and start playing again.
That's awesome. I love that. All right, dude. Thank you so much for your time. We got some cool stories in there. Everybody got to meet Jackson. I think probably a little too much. We're gonna have to do some heavy editing.
You go to BB Mods. Trust me, you're gonna meet him. Fingers crossed, he's not shitting on the ground no more. We've taken care of that.
We've grown out of that now.
Yeah. We're to like other things that probably shouldn't be doing either. But
all right, dude.
You'll see it when you see him.
Heck yeah. All right, JB, thank you, dude. We appreciate you so much. This was another episode of the Scale Labs podcast, and we will see you guys on the next one. Peace.